Hey guys, and welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about my opinions on the Breyerfest 2026 models. The theme this year is Midsummer Fair, and here are my mold predictions. I posted these to my Instagram highlights. I think it was back in August, so if you don't believe that I predicted some of the molds, then you can go back and look. So first, let's look at the event models. Corgi Hill Flinka is the celebration horse. She is a Norwegian fjord, and already we had people complaining that she was too plain. I just have to say, if you don't like something, don't get it. Like, there's gonna be plenty of things that I don't like in this lineup, and guess what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna get it. Because nobody cares. I'm not complaining. Let me just say that. I am not complaining. I am just stating my opinions. But Breyerfest is about model horses and real horses. And not all real horses come in Appaloosa or Pinto. So if that's the only thing you want in your collection, then only buy those things. Like, there has to be something for everything. And I get really annoyed when people complain about something being too plain. Just don't get it. So anyways, if I say I don't like something, which I will not get it. And it is that simple. And these are just my opinions, so if you disagree, feel free to disagree. But Corgi Hill Flinka, I think she's cute. I wish her shading was a little darker, but I'm gonna be keeping at least one from my all access tickets to keep in the box as a keepsake. But I do think the model is cute. Also, a lot of the names of the models are difficult because they are derived from different languages and countries. And I only know English. I'm going to be looking up pronunciations and trying to say these, but I can't promise you I won't butcher them. I can promise you I will butcher at least one. One more thing before we move on to the event stablemates. I encourage everyone to look up the pronunciations and at least try to say them. I think it's kind of disrespectful when Breyer puts all their effort into this theme. Any country theme where they use a different language for the names. I mean, we're gonna have to be saying these names all weekend at Breyerfest. I encourage everyone to at least try to say them. I remember Nasruddin or Nasruddin from the Gateway to India theme, and I remember hearing people go back and forth about how to say his name, and it was really irritating because it was just a bunch of white people trying to correct each other. Just search it up. And that's all I have to say, and we're gonna get into it before I get more annoyed. The first event stablemate is Helsinki. His colors represent the Finland flag. I actually don't hate this one. It's definitely not my favorite. None of the event stablemates are, but he's definitely not the worst out of all of them. I just don't like him for some reason. I think I'm kind of tired of blue. I feel like Breyer's been doing a lot of blue lately, so I've kind of been avoiding that. Next is Copenhagen, who represents Denmark. He's probably my favorite out of the event stablemates. If I had to choose one, I would choose this one. I don't know why, I just think the red looks good, and the realistic pattern combined with the decorator colors I think looks good. And I also kind of like this mold. I don't have one on this mold anymore. Then representing Sweden is Uppsala. I kind of like him. I actually don't. I just lied. I don't think the colors really go well together. They're too bright. They go well on the Swedish flag, but not on a horse. So he's definitely not my cup of tea. I don't hate any of the molds, honestly. I just don't really like the decorator scheme they did. Last is Keflavik. She is probably my least favorite. I don't like the blue and the red. It kind of reminds me of a circus clown. She is representing Iceland. I don't know, I just think the color doesn't look that great. Maybe if they did something a little different, it would have looked better to me, but I'm not really a fan of any of the event stablemates, and that's okay. Next are the portrait models, and the celebration horse is included in these, but I separated them because these are going to be sold as limited editions in the store. First up, we have the Icelandic horse Vindur from Dalaleaf. He looks to be like a silver jean horse. I don't know what color this is, and it really bothers me. So if you know, please tell me. But I really like Icelandic horses, so I'm glad there's plenty of representation for them this year. I am a bit iffy on his model. I do kind of like the mold for the Icelandic stallion, but I'm not sure about the color on this mold. It's not my favorite, so I'll have to see him in person to see if I'm gonna get it. Also, I am attending Breyerfest in person this year, so I'm excited about that. The next guest horse is Pixis of Dramarna. He is a knabstrupper, and if you don't know what a knabstrupper is, it is a breed of warm blood that comes in Appaloosa colors. It comes in primarily leopard Appaloosa, but it also comes in other patterns. You'll usually see them as a black and white leopard Appaloosa. But as you can see, he is a leopard Appaloosa. I love this breed, so I'll definitely be getting the model. And I also really like the mold. He is on the Idicus mold, which I really like. I don't have anything bad to say about this one. I do really like him, and I do plan on getting him. The final guest horse slash portrait horse is Oyvind. He is a Gotland pony. I love this breed. I believe it's endangered or threatened, one of the two. I don't think Breyer has ever done a Gotland pony, and he is on the Rowan mold, which I was actually thinking they would use for this breed if they chose to have a Gotland pony, and I really love it. I love the color. I honestly really like the Rowan mold, which is the Highland Pony Stallion that was introduced through the Premier Club last year. This is probably my favorite of the guest horses, so this is a definitely getting for me. Onto the limited editions, which will also be sold in the store. The crystal horse they do every year. This year is named Skogafoss. I get the crystal horse every year to take home as a keepsake. I just got a new place to display them, so I'm excited to put that up. This one looks to be a Tolting Icelandic horse, which I love. He is not, or she is not, a shrunken down mold that Breyer has already made, which I think is cool. It's unique. They have in the past just shrunken down a mold into a crystal horse, and I like that this one's a little different. So that's all I have to say about him. Gonna get him. Always like them. Then next is Dalarna, who is inspired by a Dala horse. She is the classic decorator. I honestly really do like Dala horses. I think they're so cute, so I might buy an actual one and then buy Dalarna and put them beside each other. I don't know how to feel. I want to see it in person before I make a decision. Obviously, that's what I'm going to be doing anyways. But I do like the idea. I'm just not completely sure. I do like decorators, but I'm usually pretty picky about them. And the plushie this year is named Blom, which means bloom or flower. I love this so much. I don't usually get the plushies, but I'm going to be trying to get this one. I love the flower crown on her. I think that's so cute. I like the realistic horse color, and the flower on her side kind of looks like a cutie mark. I think that's so cute. So I definitely like her. And then we have the Best of Breyerfest set. I'll go over each of these, but they are a stablemate set modeled after past limited runs like the prize horses or auction models. The first one is Anderstorp. He is inspired by Monaco, which was a prize model. He is on the Hanoverian mold and is a Buckskin Pinto. This one is probably my favorite. I really like the color, and of course I like warm bloods, so I think this is my favorite. Pharaoh is inspired by an early bird raffle prize named Capri. I don't really like him. You can't really see, but it looks like he has a blaze or something. I'm not a huge fan of this mold, and I don't know, it's just I don't like the color on it. I just don't really like this mold, so I don't think the color really has anything to do with it. Next is Sharna, who is a miniature version of Seren. Both mean star. Seren was a prize model. I am not inserting pictures of all of these, but I think this is cute. I don't have one on this mold yet, so I'm kind of debating getting the set. I do really like this dark bay pinto color. I like the Overo pattern and the blaze and the minimal white he has, so I really like him. And then next is Kattegat. He was inspired by Calabria, who was another prize model. I kind of like this one. This one's just kind of good. I'm not wowed by it, but I do like it. It appears to be a Grullo Pinto. There's lots of Pintos this year, and I do really like this one. I don't have much to say. I like the mold, I like the color. The last stablemate in this set is Stevel. She is inspired by the 2008 volunteer model Totsi. I'm kind of disappointed with this horse. Both this mold and the Andalusian I showed you previously were used as event stablemates, so I'm kind of disappointed that they reused them the very year after. Despite that, I do really like her color, but I'm not 100% sure. Her markings don't look very crisp in this photo, and then the white itself looks pearly. She's definitely not my favorite. If it weren't for the pearlescent white, I would like her a little more. Last of the limited editions are the two online exclusives. This is the online exclusive Huga. He is another Icelandic horse in a red dun Tobiano, so he will only be available online, and I will be trying to get him if I can. I will be in person. I don't know if I'm gonna remember to look at my phone, but if not, I'm sure I can find him secondhand. I really like him. I really like his color, and this stablemate mold is cute. The traditional online exclusive is Ufta. He is a blue roan pinto on a cantering Welsh cob mold. I don't like this mold, but I really like this color, so I'm tempted to get this even though I know I won't like it. I have to stop myself. I really like this color. I got Halcyonia Nightlife last year, which was on this mold, and I ended up hating it and selling it. And they used this mold again. They used it as a limited edition last year, so that's kind of annoying that they're using another one of the same molds. Next, we'll talk about the special runs. The first one is Letha. I honestly really like him. I know there's been a lot of people that don't like him very much. I like the color. If you can tell, he has a heart on his left side, which I think is cute. I kind of think he will be the matte and glossy split. He's not super popular, so I don't think they're gonna do a crazy variation with him. Then next is the Mule Aquavit. I don't like this color, but I love the mold. I just cannot get behind this color. I don't like it. It kind of reminds me of an anteater. I don't know why, but that's just what I see when I see this model. It's kind of plain, but I do feel like they'll probably do a decorator surprise variation. So she's a no for me. And then the vintage mold is the old thoroughbred, the Meadow War mold. His name is Thingvellir. He is a Grullo Pinto, and I don't like him. So I just don't really like this mold at all. So the back cannon bone just does not match the length of the front cannon bone, which is under the hock on the back legs. That is where the cannon bone is located, and under the knee on the front legs. They're just way too long. He looks cartoony to me, so I will be passing him. And then the mare and foal set is Birka and Reba. So Birka is the mare. She is a chestnut blanket Appaloosa, and the foal Reba is a Palomino blanket Appaloosa. I kind of like the foal more. I need to see these two in person, but I do really like them. I like these two molds a lot. I don't think there's going to be any variation with them. There usually isn't for the mare and foal sets. I really like these two. Then one of my favorites is the elk, which is actually supposed to be a red deer. The reason they used an elk is because the red deer is like the largest species of deer. So they used the elk mold for him, and I love him because I love all species of deer. I have an elk right now in Nari from Breyerfest 2018, and I really like him, so I'll be getting this one too. His name is Hirter. I don't think there will be any variation with him because he's the animal, the non-equine animal, and there usually isn't any variation with them. I don't think. Maybe I'm just lying. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to do a lot of variations, but I would like to see at least a few. And then we have Oseberg. He is on the Othello mold, and he is a dark seal bay. I love this color. I'm not like a huge Othello person, but I will get him if I like the color, and I definitely like this one. I think this could also be a matte and glossy split. I would like to see that because dark bays and glossy looks so good. So I really like him. Don't have anything to complain about with this. And next on the Casimo mold or Mergy Stallion is Midnight Soul. I absolutely have to get this one because I conga this mold. Also, sorry if I sound bad, my voice is disappearing, and if I know I take a break, it won't come back. So I really like him. I love that he has one blue eye and one brown eye, I'm pretty sure is what they did. I love the mold. I love the color. I have no notes about this one. I really hope there is a variation, but at the same time I hope there isn't, because I know that if there is one, I will have to hunt one down. I don't want to do that. That is expensive. But finally, well, actually it's not finally, we have the Wanderer, who is the decorator this year. He's on the Fireheart mold, and he is blue. Earlier I said I was tired of the blue horses, so this is not for me. I'm not really a fan of the color and the feather they added to his mane. I don't like it. I really don't like it. Last year they did blue for a decorator, and I didn't like that one either. And finally, of the special runs is the Scandi Surprise. Obviously, we don't know what this is gonna be yet. My top two guesses for the molds are Vermeer and Shenandoah. I've heard lots of people say they think it's gonna be Vermeer, so that leads me to think it won't be Vermeer. I feel like it could also be the Lipizzaner Mare or the Cantering Warmblood. I don't think we're going to see a saddlebred or a thoroughbred or a model with a stand. Finally, I want to talk about the volunteer models. For right now, we know there's a Palomino and buckskin variation on the George mold. I don't know what this model's name is. I don't think we're gonna see a Pinto because it doesn't really fit with these two. I think the third variation will probably be maybe a chestnut, a bay, or a roan of some sort. If not, I feel like it could be a dapple gray, black, or maybe a Perlino or Cremello. I just don't see it being a patterned horse because there's already so many and it doesn't fit with the other two. I do think the volunteer models are cute, but I'm not volunteering this year, so I won't be getting them, and then I won't be looking for them secondhand. because I do like them, but not enough to pay resale price. The volunteer models tend to go for a lot. That is all of the models that we know of. I hope you all enjoyed listening to my opinions, and in a few months you'll get to see what I got at Breyerfest in my Breyerfest haul. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.